We're back with more Final Fantasy XII as we are exploring this little corner niche of the Nam Yenza Sansi, which we have discovered means... What the? No, stop fleeing, attack! But Nam Yenza Sansi, we are assuming, means West Fish Sansi. In a nice, refreshing cup of cold water. Ooh, that can be so nice sometimes. Just, oh, it hits it just right. Honestly, that's some of the best parts about the days I go into my office. Because I usually work from home. Well, on the days I go into the office, man, get some cold water from the cooler there. And it's just kind of like, this is good. Get yourself some. I've got something other than cold water here for myself for my hydrate tonight, but I'll take a swig of that happily. Oh, thank you for the checkout. Hope you enjoy that copy of Freedom Fighter Monthly. It really does a good job focusing on some of the new fighting techniques that you could use. Yeah, all the books you can check out from that Redeem are actually all actual books in the Final Fantasy games somewhere. I think the Freedom Fighter magazines are from... Final Fantasy VIII. A Bagoli. Aha, we got a chopper, a tippet, and some gil. What's a chopper? Is it a weapon? Yes, it's a dagger, apparently. Good news, Bosch. What do you mean you don't have the Daggers 3 license? There. Get to the chopper! I have to assume that, like, a chopper is just a machete. You can get, like, 120... There, more HP. And we can give you a shiny new machete. Which I think does more damage than the... Yeah. 9 more damage. It doesn't have the KO, but somehow I'm betting the sap has a higher chance of being afflicted than the KO effect on the assassin's dagger. You use the assassin? No. It's the most useful treasure chest we found in this entire area. We just jump down. We can sand swim our way back. I mean, I think that's a perfectly valid way to get around in this situation. Hello, Bagoli. Punch harder, Pinello. A potion. Swimming in sand is probably a bit different than swimming in water. Well, I mean, sure. I imagine you'd have to, like, stroke a little harder. As in swimming strokes, not... Yeah, moving on. You killed our white mage, you bastard. Not echo herbs. Don't even think it, Ardo. You know what I was talking about. We have defeated the bowling ball birds. That is an atypical monster. A chanter's jabella. And a soldier cap. You were willing to just let it slide and move on? You know, I am so tempted to do something with let it slide, and I'm holding myself back here. I run a family-friendly-ish show, dang it. But my brain just don't... It's Friday. My brain's off work hours. My brain just doing brain things. It's putting the pieces right into the slots, making the right connections. But be quick, I'm racing the clock. Pop goes perversion. Good Lord, now I'm giving you ammo? It's just a perpetual loop. All right, armed with my new soldier cap, let's go fight the bird. Hello, bird. I don't feel 100% confident. When it says Wyvern A. Pretty sure Vaughn is the only one actually doing anything to it. Where's a blitzball when you need it? All that for 179 gil. I don't know if that was worth it. I like you birds better. You birds stay on the ground. Like penguins and puffins. All the good birds, really. Swords and daggers and stuff don't hit flying enemies. Yeah, I figured that about halfway through that fight. I was like, I should probably switch to get Balthier in here. He's got a crossbow. Wait, do they have a little face under? Is that like a helmet? The spiky thing is just a helmet? They've actually got a face under there? I thought it was their heads. But then I saw like little eyes sticking out underneath at the bottom. Hi, Ether. Long-range weapons, monk poles, spears, and magic are what you use for the flyers. What about long necks and sharp teeth, though? Can they go after flyers? I know 3 horns aren't very effective. You know, I'm sure with a little bit of effort, you could make a Land Before Time MMO. You like Land Before Time reference? One of my favorite movies. I mean, I'm a downright sucker for Don Bluth films in general, even his later stuff. I know that's not as popular, but you still tear up when you think of the sad part? Yeah. No, the song that plays over the credits, the If We Hold On Together by Diana Ross, I listened to that I don't even know how many times after my dad passed away. That one hits 2? Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing Land Before Time in theaters. Just vaguely, very vaguely, because I was very young at the time. I think I was only like maybe 5 when that movie came out. Maybe a little bit younger, because I don't think we had moved yet. I hadn't been in kindergarten yet. I think I was still in preschool. But I sort of vaguely have memories of the theater we went to go see it. And it was like me and my parents. My sister didn't come with us. I don't even know if my sister was born yet. Have we gained any levels now, too? Okay. Now, other than Ash and Vossler, who is cheating because he never gets to leave the party, I think we're all roughly about the same level now. I feel better about this. So this little area should take us to the next map. Oh, there's a shop. Wait, are you the same dude? Wait, check his hair. It is the same dude. How'd you get over here? You still wandering the reaches? Time to give up treasure hunting, I'd say. The shining bird will peck at your bones, boy. Lo there, adventurer. If you're truly set on going to the Valley of the Dead, I'll give you some advice. The avion there is said to be invincible, but it has a weakness. Now I'm sure the Uratan Yensa knows something. The Sansi is theirs, you see. You can't just go giving people fool advice like that. What if they actually went out and tried to do it? That'd be blood on your hands. That said, if anyone does know the way through the Valley of the Dead, it's the Uratan Yensa. But how to ask? They don't speak our tongue. By the by, you need anything? Take a look at my wares. That's a weird way to set up a sales pitch. Now you have weapons. Wait, no, come back. No, I don't want to talk to you about all this stuff. I just want to buy stuff. We just skip to the buying part? No one could use that. 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 Chopper, already have one. Only death lies ahead. Anyway, want to buy some junk? I'd take it in a heartbeat. Alright, actually, before we do this, we should try and get everyone's licenses set up. So we got the next, like, tier of weapons or whatever that we can... You wanted to swear, but you were trying to keep it family friendly. Well, I appreciate that. I always say I don't necessarily ask the audience to keep it family friendly. I totally know, just wanted to cut loose. I just do it because, for the most part, I put these up on YouTube afterwards, and you never know who's going to watch it there. Alright, so you got your next tier. There's crossbows too. Well, words do appear on screen. That's true. But they're really tiny. I eventually might do a thing where it like censors it in the chat boxes, but not like... I'd have to figure out a way to do that. But I'm sure there is one. All right, Mr. Time Battle Mage. I don't know what you're doing. I like how you have things to increase your magic lore, but all you do is slow people down. Katanas, rank 2. Wait, before we get too bad, we need the last stand out. Because, yeah, all of her gambit slots were hiding behind that one ability. Does that by default for people new to Twitch in their chats. Turns any bad words into stars. Yeah, but if I could, I'd like to do it where it does it on the text boxes on my screen, but not necessarily in the chat on Twitch. Like, so if you were watching live on Twitch, you could put it in the chat box, no problem. But then when it translates into my little thing on my stream, it censors that. Yeah, right. There's got to be a way to do it. Yeah, there has to be. I just need to dig into it a little bit. Wait, what's this one? Swiftness. Oh, I'd much rather have swiftness. Bosh! You have dagger 3, you're good. Sure, yeah, we'll take the 150 HP instead. Ash, let's get you some... Well, that's... that I can't do anything with that.
Hey, I think that's a lucky emblem.
Where? I still... Gotta be somewhere. That one? That kind of looks like one. Did it play okay on stream? I thought I got it set up so it plays those correctly, but sometimes it gets weirdly out of sync for some reason. Yep, it worked. Oh, good. What's a lucky emblem? It's what they say in Kingdom Hearts every time they find a hidden Mickey in the land, in like the background. So kind of like there's hidden Mickeys at Disneyland. Just a bit on the louder side. That's always the problem. I gotta go through those. Because like half of them, I just figured out that I could actually adjust the sounds. Instead of universally, I can adjust them one at a time, but I have to do it through the Sound Alert website specifically. But yeah, a lucky emblem is essentially what they call it when you see a hidden Mickey Mouse in Kingdom Hearts. In Kingdom Hearts 3, they have that line and they constantly say it. So it's just kind of a fun gag where it's just kind of like over and over and over you hear it. All right, Dice, now show me what you got. I got everyone's stuff upgraded, so I should be able to actually buy things now. Okay, just realized probably could only afford 2 things. Story time. Tell you about a time I went on a date and it became evident early on it wasn't working out, so you cut it short. Happily. This was a time I met up with this woman at essential. We met up at a Starbucks, which is weird because neither of us drink coffee. This is happily. Well, I mean the story isn't happily, but I'll happily share the story. So she showed up. Well, I found her. I showed up second. She was waiting for me. She was sitting there watching stuff on her phone, smoking a cigarette already, first kind of a flag. And much to my surprise, she brought her infant child in a baby carrier with her. I was just sitting there smoking next to this kid. I thought we might have something in common when her ringtone went off and it played the Sailor Moon theme. But, you know, we hung out and chatted for a bit, and it was very clear that we just didn't really see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. For the most part, it was just super awkward, and I tried to keep it on certain topics that we might have something in common. Anime, video games, nerdy kind of stuff. And she just kind of sat there while texting people and like smoking next to her, you know, maybe 6-month-old kid. Had her legs up, just kind of chilling and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, okay, and stuff like that. I'm like, eventually it kind of got later in the hanging out and everything, and asked, you know, it's like, are we gonna go? She's like, do you want to get something to eat? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go get something to eat. What's around here? And it's like, oh, there's a Denny's. It's like, okay, we'll go to Denny's. I don't have a problem with Denny's. I don't judge on the basis of Denny's. But as I was doing that, we went over there and we ordered, and you know, I'm trying to be a courteous date. You know, I'm covering the 2 of us. But then she started ordering for her toddler. You know, it's like, I also want to get them some, you know, this and this. And I don't think the kid even had teeth yet, but I don't know how the kid was going to eat chicken nuggets, really. But she ordered them for him. And then after ordering and everything, she looked at it and she goes, "It's cool, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she saw I was uncomfortable. She goes, ugh. I mean, I guess I can pay for him. It's like, okay. Lady sounds bad. Yeah, it was probably the worst date I had ever been on. It was just such an awkward, uncomfortable sit of... I don't normally assume people just want to go on a date to get a meal. Because I think, honestly, she was... there was, like... At the very end of the whole thing, she turned to me after we left the Denny's. She goes, well, are you at least going to walk me home? I mean, yeah, sure. I got no problem doing that. And then after she, took her home, yeah, never heard from her again. I got the feeling she thought I was the terrible date. So I very clear, just not a good match. Early on, I was willing to see it, stick it through. I was not planning on contacting her again after, like, the first half hour of us talking to each other at that point. Because just the way she just kind of carried on and just kind of, like... She was crude, rude, and... Like I said, very uncomfortable with the whole smoking around a baby thing. That's a bad date? Yeah, definitely a bad date. But no, shoot, I exited. How did you never hear about this? Because I don't like talking about it that much with you, because we dated eventually, and it's like not cool to talk about other stuff like that. It's hilarious? Okay. Smoking is bitter for but around her child that she brought with her? Yeah. Okay, so no one uses maces. Why do we even keep the mace? No one can use the cypress pole. Why do I keep the cypress pole? Instead, let's get him his crossbow. Oh, he can now also wear the Chanter Jabella or whatever. You will now have the option of saving your game. Well, thank you. I was unaware that I did not have that option previously. Behold, Australia. What a coincidence. The game was going to autosave anyway. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what the point of that was. Oh. You just took me straight to here. Okay. Oh, and you healed me too. That's very nice of you, cutscene. I like it when the cutscenes heal me. Interesting. You must have gone into a different direction to get here. Is there a different direction? I mean, I can show you the direction I went. It's like I started there, and then I went around there, then down here, and then to Wraith Walls 2. Is it maybe because I didn't go... No, that wouldn't have made a difference. That was just a connecting thing. And again, I didn't go down that way in the eastern side of the Sand Sea. And I skipped all that. I just did a straight shot across. Well, that's where I fought the turtle. This boss sucked on PS2. Well, in that case, well, we better change up our lineup a little bit here. Because I don't have a ton of long-ranged abilities. But Balthier does. There should have been a little scene with explaining what was up with the turtle thing and then gave you an item to help the thing. I definitely did not get that. I got a scene where they told me they were having trouble with the turtle thing, and then I fought the turtle thing, and that's the last I heard of anything. I mean, do I have the item to help with this? I don't know. Double XP. Oh, nice. Good to know. Raises strength. Well, I don't have an item. Unless it's in here somewhere. I have moats. Many much moats. No, I don't have the item. Oh, good. You want to explain what you should have seen? Sure. I mean, I missed it, so I don't... Oh, it's Garuda. That's very nice. Well, stop picking on Pinello. Nello is slowly curing people. Does anyone actually care if Vossler dies? We have defeated Garuda. Good thing I really, dropped a mint on having new updated weapons for people. I mean, the magic casters didn't really need it, but... Congratulations! You somehow accomplished this task, despite doing it wrong. That's the way we always do things. Wrong. Okay. That's usually the start of a horror movie. Hey guys, should we try and resurrect Vossler?
Granted their favor to King Wraithwall, who would oversee the subjugation of a vast territory spanning from Mordalia to Valendia.
Those sure
Here,
are
he
probably
forged the
places.
Valkyrian alliance. Though he is called the Dynast King, upon establishing the alliance, he demonstrated compassion for his people and disdain for needless war. A philosophy passed on to his successors, one that would bring peace and prosperity for hundreds of years to follow.
He was also Santa
It was
Claus.
during this time of peace that the city-states of Arcadia and Rosaria, each members of Wraithwall's alliance, took root and flourished. Wraithwall left 3 relics signifying descent from the Dynast King. Of these, the Midlight Shard was given to what would become House Nabradia, and the Dusk Shard to my ancestors, the founders of Dalmasca.
Right?
The last of these relics was the Dawn Shard. It remained hidden here, known only to those of royal blood.
As though the Dynast King foresaw the very plight before us now.
None save descendants of the king are suffered within. If we attempt to enter without proof of such lineage...
There's no guarantee we'll make it out alive. Vicious beasts, fiendish traps, something like that.
I mean, that is normally pretty typical for us so far.
Consider the prize. The Dawn Shard lies within, and Wraithwall's treasure.
And
But
so
if
will
you
I.
go in by
Just
yourself, Ash, does that mean none of those things ever activate? Oh hey, the shop followed us. It's kind of cool that you could see it walk in after you got done. Yeah, if we do this, does this resurrect Voss? Yes, it does. I should probably save, though, considering the fact that we just fought a boss. Magic stirs within this device. Doesn't sound good. So the character that first recruited you to take out the turtle was suddenly in front of all his people with their chief leader or something, and he was being put on trial, so to speak, for asking outsiders to help, and then was put to death for it on his own grave. It was something called an XII berry that you could be picked up and be thrown at Garuna for big damage. It deals dark elemental damage. Oh, dang! I mean, technically, he never asked us for help. He asked the Moogle for help. The Moogle did squat. Also, probably didn't help that we killed all the Yensa people that were also fighting the turtle. But that was not my fault. That was Ash's fault. She just started whacking at everything. You believe the XII berry regrows after over time? Oh, dang. Shame I missed. I missed it, but... I have no idea where I was supposed to go to see that. What was that thing? A contraption you'd find out in all but the most rudimentary ancient ruin. One touch and you were whisked off to you know not where. The finer points of the operation elude me, but they're handy all the same. What more need a sky pirate know? Are you still a sky pirate if you're underground? Alright, we're not fighting flying things anymore. We need a tank. We'll bring Pinello and we'll bring... I don't know, Fran right now? That's an interesting question. Well, they keep referring him to sky pirates, but there hasn't been a lot of skying. Other than he owns an airship. But, like... just because you own a ship doesn't make you a sea pirate. You have to do sea piracy. So where's all the air piracy? If you die in the living room, are you dead or just knocked out? You're just knocked out, but that's only for 3 rounds, and after the 3 rounds, if no one has resurrected you, then you die for real. Pretty sure that's how it works. Let's see, bear some time-worn inscription. Dare I read the inscription? Or do I just throw caution to the wind? Screw it. Oh. Maybe I should have read it. They were probably instructions. These words have been left by the tomb watchers. With God's craft armed, guard we his tomb. Dyad stirred, come they, one unto the other. Right. I know what this is, and I'm not happy about seeing it. Really? I took one step.
Fight or run? We better decide fast.
I think the decision is to run. Screw you, wall! Good choice. Hey, when one has the option to avoid fighting a demon wall, one takes it. What the heck? This is some freaking Scooby-Doo Looney Tunes junk.
We can bring it down.
Did you say I had an option? Do you want to fight it, or do you want to fight it? That is the choice. Pinello, honey, I love you, but right now we need DPS. And I can't change out Pinello for some reason. Pinello is a guest character, apparently. I mean, we've got him halfway down, and we're not even like a quarter of the way down the hallway. I think we're doing pretty good, but... Bosch is cast into the void? Why does a wall know X zone? Oh no. Pinello. Please, Pinello. Just remedy. Just kill it. Kill it with the death. You should be able to switch out Bosch though, but he's in the X dimension. What if I switch him out and then he comes back from the X dimension and then like the two of them merge like in The Fly? It could happen. Yes, focus on Fran. She's the only one who really did anything. Oh, gross. Exactly. That's why you don't switch them out yet. Vossler's just standing back there just going, I did not sign up for this. So, Bosch, are you dead? Do we Phoenix down you, or? Nope. So when a character can't be switched out, it's either because they're in the middle of an action or they're being targeted by some action. But Pinello wasn't doing anything. Bosch is gone until you hit a save crystal. No! Alright.